Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rikakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now, if you haven't seen the movie Rosewood, this is a powerful movie that pretty much is a foreshadowing of Jacob's trouble. Now, the reason I put the Freemason thing in the back, because this is what these cities was established on. See, when you go into the city in Texas, Edom, or Edom, Texas, it was the same setup. You had the AME church or whatever, and then you had the Freemason Lodge. And so this is what was going on with these people that was establishing these cities in America. See, there's a bunch of people talking about they some Masons, and George Washington and all these people was Masons or Freemasons, and they was establishing their secret society. Now, when you go into the movie, it all pretty much was based on this so-called Edomite woman, the so-called white woman telling a bold-faced lie. And so, guess who was harboring the lie? It was the so-called Negro woman. She was seeing the person who did the so-called crime, and she didn't want to say nothing. See, she wanted to conceal the situation. See, and so this caused these people to get into an uproar in the city and start going on a lynch mob trying to find a so-called person a Negro that don't exist. But when you look at the movie, it's kind of just pretty much a Hollywood version, because they say the state of Florida only recorded 6 Negroes dying, and 2 so-called white people dying. And so this is a perfect example of the Jacob trouble. Mind you, they had the situation go down, or when all of the killing started to go down, is when they was having a birthday. They was having a birthday for the little boy, and then the lynch mob pops up. See, these people practicing these pagan customs, practicing the ways of the heathen, and this is when all hell breaks loose in the city. Plus, when you look at the hands of these men, they was Masons. The blacksmith was a Mason. See, the guy who wife was working in the store, her husband was a Mason, and they had got his son pretty much, who was talking about, we gonna take the oath, the Masonic oath, and hide this red dragon, and so he was the first one to get it. And then the guy, he went to another guy who was a Mason. He's gonna tell him, oh, we took the oath and you supposed to be a Mason. And the dude talking about, we black Masons and he a white Mason. Like it's a big difference. Y'all the same operation, and it's all to protect the so-called white man. See, this is what the whole situation is about. And so this is what's gonna happen in Jacob's trouble, man. these people gonna be having a lynch mob. They're gonna come a lynch mob, and they're gonna come kicking down people's doors, looking for the people of the Lord, which are the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. See, and during this time in the 1920s, this was when they had the Red Summer, where you had during that time it was massacres all over the place. It wasn't just the Rosewood massacre; it was massacres all over America, where they was killing uh, the released descendants of slaves that had been released for about 100 years to 60 to 100 years. Now, well, no, I'm gonna say about 50 years, Salakia. You got 1865, and you can round it out to 70. Then you got 30 years to make it to the 1900. Then you got 20 more years. So it's about 50, 60 years that these Negroes has been off the plantation. Some of the Negroes been off the plantation, and so they was still close to being in slavery. But all of this is so close to Jacob's trouble. Let me get that real quick. Because it was prophesied that this was going to happen to the children of Israel. Jeremiah. Let's see here. Looking for. This is at last, verse 7, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay. So this is gonna be a time when Jacob is gonna have trouble, the nation of Israel. Daniel 12:1 it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which shall withstand for the children of your people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, that the time at that same time your friend shall be delivered. Everyone, everyone that should be found written in the book. But that's another precept. Let me get Matthew. Matthew 24:21 say, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be, except those days come shortened. There should no flesh be saved. See, they're gonna be rape, robbing, and killing everybody. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And when I say rape, robbing, and killing everybody, we got that in Second Ezra. Yes, Salakia 15. Salakia. Second Ezra. Second Ezra 15 and 16, it say, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings, nor their princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See, that's what's going on with Rosewood. They didn't give a dang what that sheriff was talking about. He running his mouth, saying don't do this and don't do that. They not gonna be worried about no freaking sheriff and the police. Verse 19, a man shall have a no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and shall spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for the great tribulation. See, it's going to be these Edomites coming to destroy the Israelites. And they're not going to be worried about no police. It says, let me get Isaiah 13 and 14. It says, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every man into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. See, verse 16 says, their children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravaged. See, they're going to be having no pity upon their neighbors. It's going to be an all-out great tribulation, the greatest you ever seen. Okay, when you go into 16, get some more details about what these dragons gonna do. Because they've been doing it before in Babylon the Great. It's a map I got that shows you all the massacres that was going on during that time of the Red Summer, where these red dragons came against the Israelites. It says in verse 68, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled among you. See, that's the lynch mob. They're going to have a lynch mob burning torches or having lanterns or whatever fire that they can and light that they can use, because electricity probably go out. But they're going to be having these lynch mobs. They're saying they shall take away certain of you. See, and feed you being idle unto things offered with things offered unto idols. It says in verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden under the foot. See, you go along with they lynch mob and join unto them, you gonna be thrust through. Verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. See, that's the lynch mob. Verse 71, they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. See, the town men in the movie, they was getting liquored up, drinking liquor, and they was talking, encouraging each other to go kill some Negroes. And this is what they're going to be doing during Jacob's trouble. It's going to be that times 10. Then you got the sheriff and the police. They show up to Sylvester's house when he on the porch with his mom and try to tell him, y'all better get out of town. See, because these people getting liquored up and they going to be ready to kill every Negro they see. And this is what the prophet is telling these people. See, these dragons are not to be trusted. Never trust your enemy. What's that? Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Because he going to speak sweetly right now. But when all heck break loose, it's going to be a great wrath. Because they know they got a short period of time. They know that it's time for Jacob to rule. And they going to be ready to kill. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the fire, as the gold in the fire. See, so you had the small group of women and children. They got on the train and survived, supposedly. And then you had the majority of the people that was being destroyed. That's the 2/3. See, the Lynchmob is gonna get the 2/3, right along with the nuclear missiles that's coming from Russia and China and North Korea and Iran and every other nation that joined Russia, plus the NATO military is gonna join Russia in destroying Babylon the Great, destroying this city, just like that city Rosewood, where the Israelites was dwelling, but it was ran by the Edomites. See, Sylvester's mama still was working for the so-called white man, wiping his floors and tending to what the wife, the so-called white woman, was saying. And so she saw the mason that came in there and was having relations with the man's wife and got mad and beat the woman up. She and the little girl was standing right there watching it because she working in the people's house. So you still serving your slave master, even though they talking about they supposed to be uh, emancipated. See, and so that Rosewood massacre is a prime example of Jacob's trouble. This is how these people coming. They're not gonna be sparing nobody's feelings. They're not gonna be worried about what some other nation has got going on. Everybody gonna stick to their nation, and it's gonna be an all-out assault and invasion, sedition among men. Let's get it in two other places. Second Ezra's 6:22. It talks about the stores are gonna become empty, and they're gonna set off the alarm and alert everybody to the situation. 24 said, at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies. See, even friends gonna be fighting each other like enemies because it's gonna be an all-out chaotic scene in Babylon the Great, America. See, Second Ezra 9:4, it says, not 4, 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So he been telling the prophet what was going to happen during Jacob's trouble. That it was going to be a great tribulation on the children of Israel, and it's going to be by the Edomites. Okay. When you go into, what's the other one? In Isaiah 19. Verse 2, to get to the point, it said, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. See, all hell is going to break loose in Babylon, the great America, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. See, that's why I say in Egypt, because it's spiritually Egypt. It's America. You see, let's see what else. Was it 24? It talks about that great tribulation. Gonna be so great. Look at verse 22. It says, except those days be short, and there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So he gonna have to stop the situation before these Edomites kill everybody. Verse 24, for there shall arise false prophets and false Christs or Mashiachs, saviors, and false prophets that shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. If it was possible, they'll deceive all the Israelites, even the ones that repented and returned back to the Lord and had faith on Yahushua. Oh, let's get that. Revelation 12 and 17, it said, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. See, this is what's going to happen. They're going to have a lynch mob all over the place. And there ain't going to be no drunk Edomites. It's going to be military soldiers. See, it says, and went to wage war with the remnant of her seed. Who wages war? Soldiers, warriors. The remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yahweh, which is the spirit of prophecy. And the prophecies is telling Israelites it's going to be a time of trouble like never before. And these Edomites is going to be coming with great wrath and burning anger with their torches, see, and their weapons, because they was given the sword, the weapon of the sword. In Revelation 6, it talks about them giving a great sword, the red nation. See, like in the red summer, because Edom means red. When you look up Edom, you're going to see red as a definition, because Edom means red, and these people was red. That's where you get the pale horse. They pale when you can't see their blood, but when you can see their blood, they red. And they're the black horse because they wicked. Black stands for bad and wickedness. They're a wicked, bad, evil nation. And this is who gonna be coming after the Israelites during Jacob's trouble, during the time of the end in these last days. They're gonna be throwing some in prison, beheading people, doing all kind of wickedness. See, and the Israelites who, let's get that. Ecclesiasticus, was it 13:6 or something like that? Oh, not 13:6, 6:13, I'm thinking. 6:13, it says, separate thyself from your enemies and take heed of your friends. Separate from your enemy. Because when that time comes, everybody's going to stick to his own people. And people are going to be thrust through if they joined up into the so-called white man, want to be bosom buddies and friends with the so-called white man, talking about a Christian church. You're going to see, that's another part of the movie where they had the people in the church baptizing people. They baptizing people in the church saying, oh, the Lord this and the Lord that. And so the mob, some of the people coming to inform them that the people of Sumner and Rosewood is going crazy, and they done killed 2 white men, see, and everybody forgot that they was Christians, baptizing somebody in some lake somewhere or pond when they got their Ku Klux Klan basket or whatever they were hiding their Ku Klux Klan outfit, and they went and grabbed the pistol. See, because this is what they gonna do. They is using that Christianity as a smoke screen for when this great wrath come up in their heart, they gonna turn back into the original devil that they were. But yeah, I just want to throw some words on this movie that was pretty much orchestrated by the Most High, showing the horns of the devil. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.